Well, good morning, everybody. Jeff Slakey and Spencer Hughes here on the Daybreak Show, and it's time for us to check in on the good folks at the Port of Shelton. Dick Taylor and Wendy Smith on the phone line. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is certainly a different...
Today is a Chamber of Commerce day, though, right?
It certainly is. It's beautiful out there.
How can we not have hope when it's a day like this?
That's a good point, Dick. And, we have definitely run into new territory. I understand you guys have been doing your meetings over the phone, kind of like we're doing our phone interview now. How's that been for you guys? You're still able to get all the business taken care of for the port?
Yeah, we were. We did our first one over the phone here on Tuesday, and we were able to do some lease extensions, administrative stuff that we had to do, and also we passed an emergency resolution, which allows the executive director under emergency situations more powers, so that she can take action without much delay. So,
then the commission doesn't have to come back then for a while, do they? Let Wendy take care of things.
Yeah, but she still has to tell us what she's doing. But
so what does that mean, Wendy?
If I can just sum it up a little bit, it's been kind of a conversation with the Washington Public Ports Association. We've been doing roundtables weekly, and even though we're not kind of the regulatory guide of, when issues like this virus or a pandemic or a emergency, whether it's an earthquake or whatever comes down, it always happens at the national level, and then it goes to the state level, and then it goes to the local level. And our local would be the county. They declare the emergency. But in this case, with all the different issues happening and effects on, tenants and businesses that we obviously have on port property, it was suggested by our port industry that we go ahead and pass these emergency declarations or resolutions. And I would say the majority of ports in Washington have done so. They created a great template that we can just plug our own information in, but basically what it does is it would allow me, in terms of if something dire were to happen, something really out of the ordinary, that I could, go out and get an emergency contract, or I could go kind of above and beyond my typical delegation. I'm able to do quite a bit as is with my level of authority. But this allows for further authority just during this time period. And our resolution has an ending date of May 31st, unless we end it earlier, and we could extend that.
Now, you guys, the office is closed, right?
Correct.
Is there anything up on port property that has been deemed by the governor as essential? I mean, if you guys have even spent much time up there on property, even Johns Prairie, is there anything going on?
There is, and actually we're an essential operation, so we're continuing operation. We have essential functions in terms of the airport, for one.
Yeah.
As a mode of transportation, that's essential. Also, just in terms of routine items that become essential, like trash pickup, that kind of thing. So functions of the port are actually essential. As far as the businesses, it's kind of been, I'd say maybe half and half. We have some businesses in their operations that they're reading it as essential. They're operational. Others have been shut down, like, for instance, the Washington Driving School. Obviously, that's kind of geared towards school and school-related type matters, not necessarily children, but some adults take those classes. So they're able to operate in an online, telephone type conference or Zoom or one of the programs online for their instructional portion, but they can't do any of their drives.
Huh.
So it just kind of varies by tenant to tenant. It's very much a case-by-case basis, who's working, who's not, what different tenants have done.
Certainly is a strange new time and new world that we're living in. It's good to hear, though, that you guys have implemented a lot of good changes and updates to make sure continuity continues during all of this. Everybody's safe and healthy? All you and everybody's families, everybody's doing okay?
Yeah, we're doing great.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yes. We put our, obviously our employees and families first in this situation, which is why we closed our doors. We want people to remain safe and feel safe about their working environment. So we feel like we're doing our part. And then, of course, we're supporting our businesses. I've had a couple reach out in terms of, what we can do as a port, and that's where this emergency declaration, as well as just my normal delegation of authority, I'm able to work with tenants, maybe waiving some late fees if they couldn't pay on time, or deferring some rent payments, that kind of thing. So it's an individualized basis, and it's, if they're shutting their doors, and all of them that have reached out already have applied for all the great programs that I really appreciate. Economic Development Council, I think I get an email every day from Karen on what's new, and they're really tracking all the programs, as well as WPPA is keeping us engaged in all these CARES Act and all these new programs we've never heard of before. But those are, our tenants know about them because we're blasting that out to them every day.
Oh, yeah. Good. Well, everybody seems to really be in it to help everybody out at this very trying time. And it's good to know you are doing the same with your port tenants. Dick Taylor, Wendy Smith on the phone line here, checking in from the Port of Shelton. Again, portofshelton.com on those sunny days. You can always go check out the runway cam, I guess, like you're
That's right.
getting outside a little bit.
Not much activity, but you can watch
Not much activity, but something different to look at. Good to talk with you guys,
That's
and
right.
We'll check in real soon, okay?
All right.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thanks,
Stay
guys.
healthy.
Well, you too.